Bum 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 off constantly. All right. Good evening. Welcome to Off Constantly, weekly ADD theater and pop culture extravaganza. I'm your host, Bamba. With me, as always, is the lovely, talented, and excessively funny Samurai.
Hey.
And I thought you were talking about
was too, but
The haven't taken a bath.
the blob, the
live
unfunny,
behind
the should be dead, stomp on his head.
Backwater!
You know what? They say misery loves company.
They do.
I'm misery.
So have we found out an answer?
I love company.
Okay, apparently not. See, we are in a Comcast building, but there is no Wi-Fi.
well,
They
Well
say
played.
misery
Well played.
knows his movies.
So we're now changing Backwater's name after 5 years to Misery. Not only is it a great movie, but it is also what Backwater brings to us all at the same time.
is that
So,
a
yeah,
public service announcement?
it was from Mac. I don't think it was planned. It just happened. So
What?
thanks, Mac, for that public service announcement. I know I feel better. How about you?
I mean, I've been kind of freaking out lately.
I am still getting over the fact that Blaine didn't have water for a little while there, and so.
It's
Pass, man.
also that it is because obviously you're watching this live, and Mac will have this edited instantly. It's March, and we just had a tornado warning.
You know what?
What?
That's the very definition of March Madness.
And you know what else is the definition of March Madness?
Well, there were basketball teams in that tornado.
What would you guess that would be a sign of? And I will tell you what tonight's topics are in just one moment.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
And I feel fine. It's the Apocalyptic Show! Yay! This is a show we have been waiting 5 years for it. 5 years, the apocalypse. Woot! Woot! What do you say? This is the wheel of
man.
Apocalyptica. Say that 3 times real fast. So, this one obviously represents what? What?
Zombies!
How many are fans of The Walking Dead?
Who would be first to turn?
Totally you.
Totally not.
Totally
I could
you.
outrun him.
Literally, who's the slowest? I know I'm not. I think I can outrun this
Yeah,
dude, though.
yeah. You don't have to be
Honestly,
faster than
it's
everybody.
a good question. I feel like you'd be crafty because you've watched so much weird Star Wars movies and
True,
stuff.
true.
You,
I'm okay with that.
You might try to fight, but
To
you
be
might
honest,
not.
I actually might just be like,
Screw it.
whatever.
Yeah.
See,
You
I'm
might
with
just
the
let
in
him get
crowd.
I'm
Like-
fairly sure
Look at all
you
these
would.
people. They're so cool. They're shambling around. They got
You'd
a
let him join.
cool group.
Here's
Misery
what I
loves
think.
company, huh?
Yeah.
Misery
I
loves
think you
company.
would either find the deepest hole or start digging the deepest
Thank you.
hole and just hang out there.
And then people would fall in the hole, and then you'd be a zombie.
I might be so happy just being by myself in that horrible hole.
That you would never
Like,
come out.
Oh,
You would just
what?
sit there eating grubs. and-
We've cured the zombie apocalypse, and I'd be like, you know what? I'm cool.
I got grubs.
I'll be down here.
I'm recycling my urine. It's all cool.
The
Right.
worms keep crawling into my mouth every once in a while. It's fine.
Which reminds me, it wasn't an apocalyptic movie, but did you ever see 127 Hours?
I thought it was 145 hours.
You're talking about the what's his name?
Wasn't it 130?
The guy that cut his arm off?
I did not.
I
that
did
movie.
see that.
That was graphic, wasn't it?
Why did they call it that?
Well, because that's how many hours he was stuck down there. And remember the part where
I'm just trying to think of how many days that was.
Oh.
It's like 6.
Somebody do the math, please.
6.
A little over 5 hours. A little over 5 days.
5 hours. 127
5 days.
hours is a little over 5 hours.
Little over
Tim,
5
the
days.
cameraman, confidently says. Thank you, Tim, the
Yeah,
cameraman.
5 days. 5-6 days.
That's why you're on the
This is all
camera.
I do and I do it well.
Yep, you do. You sit there like no one else. So
Get that
thank
right.
you for doing that.
your,
5 days.
your zipper's down.
Wait, is that, you think that's a zombie? Doesn't the zombie start as a cough?
It does. I was at a
Maybe.
NASCAR
Where were
convention
you?
this weekend.
You know it starts in the South. You know that stuff starts in the South.
High quality stuff we got going on here.
Second sign of the apocalypse.
Second.
Clumsiness.
Second sign is that the signs of the apocalypse fall. So I just was saying, we've already talked zombies. Our director spent all kinds of times making this. So
Comment.
hold on, if we can zoom in on this. Obviously, it's not.
A bean
It's
being.
it's not a octopus swimming towards a larger
Oh.
octopus. It's
No, maybe that's what it is. Octopus apocalypse.
octopocalypse.
Octopocalypse.
Dude, we totally just made the next sci-fi
That
movie.
was awesome.
Dude.
Octopocalypse.
in
Sharknado
this
is gonna.
scenario-
Octopocalypse. Okay.
Sharknado is gonna be so over.
So yesterday, so like 2016.
Octopi crawl out of the sea.
Okay.
And they just latch onto people. And
No,
then they
no.
sit on their heads.
And then they become
Somehow
the
they have to
person.
come out of the sky because that'll be cooler.
No, that's your
Okay.
face.
Here's what happens.
So it's land on my face.
It's coming
Okay.
I go and I'm like, hey guys, look at me. I'm doing a cannonball into the ocean. And I do a cannonball into the ocean because I'm so heavy set.
There has to be, like-
launches every single octopi right up into
But
orbit.
wait, you're
and they come
forgetting.
down,
We gotta
and
have
they
like
are angry.
Janice or not Janice, Janet Jackson, Natalie Imbruglia, and Martika. Martika, all because they're washed up 80s pop stars. They have to be starring in this movie as well with you.
Oh, okay.
So they're all standing around in bikinis, like pretending like they're acting. We got to make it huge though. Like like the grand opening of the tallest 7-Eleven of all time,
Oh.
and it's on the coast.
They're calling it a 770,000 11 million. And they are just like, it has got each floor has a different flavor Slurpee, and it's like off the chain.
And because you're so enormous, each on your way up you have one of each flavor.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, even though clearly the rule says we're not supposed to go swimming for a half hour after we eat or drink, you decide to play the odds and do it.
I like this.
Next sci-fi movie.
Nuclear obliteration.
I thought this was lap band surgery, I gotta be honest.
Okay,
so
well-
it looks a little bit
I thought
like
it was a choker.
So here is a scenario. Bamba
Okay.
wakes up. He has had lap band surgery, and
Okay.
he wakes up, and
Okay.
the nuclear war has happened.
Yep.
And pretty much now, at this point, the fattest people on Earth are the kings of everything.
We're all
And
that's
now
left.
he is already.
all you
now
skinny
he
folk-
knows. He literally knows that, like, I'm gonna waste away.
All you skinny folk have starved.
Because the surgery I had is going to now make me skinny. So he has to
No,
claw his way
it's
to the
like
top
literally
before
perfect
he
because
gets
I
skinny.
wake up and I'm not hungry because
Sun,
I had the
oh,
surgery.
The sun is
The
going to
sun.
kill us because.
Nope, this is Sam. Sam starts.
Okay.
What's your scenario?
Ocean caps melt.
Oh, she's
That's
like,
not even a thing. It's the ice caps, you idiots.
oh,
Got you.
how hot would it have to be though if the ocean caps? So like I'm thinking white caps, like on a
I know.
lake,
Why do they
right?
call them ocean
So
caps?
like as soon as they become white caps, they melt because the sun's so hot, and there's a lot of
It's
them.
a scary thought. What
It
are we gonna
is.
start doing? Are we just gonna have to start wearing umbrellas on our heads?
Well, they would be evaporating, so I don't know why.
Because they'd be burning?
Oh,
They wouldn't really be evaporating.
yes, but you have plenty of hair. I'm the one that's thinning, so
No, we're protecting ourselves from the sun.
right. But you have hair.
Right.
You could totally just style it like Long Island medium style, and like you're protected because you've got like this umbrella on your head. Whereas Jay and I would we'd fry.
What
you
do you
know?
think is the most likely scenario in here?
I think malignant melanoma due to sun is the really how it's gonna end.
The real question is, do you think science will be able to keep up with climate change or just any sort of apocalypse that we're able to solve it and survive?
I think so. I think at the end of the day, all these scenarios, which are good, and we're not done yet.
No.
So let's save it for the end because we have more scenarios to go over. Like this one's my favorite. I know
But
I'm
we
supposed
haven't
to spin
landed
it.
on it yet.
Uh-huh. Hard, isn't it?
Oh.
So, the Met apocalypse. That's like for...
Is it about you? About meh.
Meh.
It's about meh.
No, meh. It's not like Valley Girl,
No,
like apocalypse.
it's
like
meh.
Meh.
No, you're too high. Meh.
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 Thank you.
Meh.
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 You gotta get the hand out.
So that's like where all of society...
One nostril up.
Just kind of like,
Meh.
what's the point?
So it's like,
we've
do I
kinda
eat
done
today? Do I eat today?
Well, I ate yesterday. It's
Oh,
boring.
there's somebody laying on a train track. Should we move them?
Whatever.
Oh, there's a dog lifting its leg
That
near
sort of
a
thing.
electric fence. Should we save the dog?
You know what?
We could
No.
all just try driving
Let's
electric
rewind.
cars, but
It's a dog. It's a dog. We're gonna save the dog.
we'll save the dog.
Yeah. Okay. So what about the electric
Oh,
cars?
we could all start driving electric cars and, reduce our fuel emissions and make policies, but
Meh. Meh.
Meh.
The Environmental Protection Agency. Who needs them? Meh.
Let's get rid of that. Meh. I mean, come on.
The,
agencies.
Soil
Meh.
conservationists.
Soil in general. Meh. Let's get rid of that.
I mean, so like every nation that has bad soil has failed. I remember a guy once telling me that. And I remember going, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then we got into a discussion and I realized, yeah, without soil, there's not a lot of food, is there? Without food, there's not a lot of people. Without a lot of people, there's not a lot of industry. Sorry to keep you awake, Tim.
Without meh.
Let's
I like that
spin
one.
the ragweed again.
Nuclear.
Oh, no, we're back to lap band surgery.
Oh my goodness.
There,
Plague.
the plague.
I'd say this is the most likely.
You think so?
Yeah.
Of all these, the plague?
Yeah.
The bubonic?
Something
Booba.
going down that something happens and we
No
just
more.
can't
No.
can't deal with it.
And I understand that. I get that. The problem I have with that is this: we've already been there. We had the plague.
Yeah, we had
We had the
plague.
recent plague of Ebola, bird flu,
What happens
swine
is
flu,
something
avian flu.
Something out there
turns-
is mutating.
turns so quick and is so spreadable that it doesn't we can't
Like Charlie Sheen's herpes or what? Whoa.
As somebody who has multiple strains of Charlie Sheen's herpes, Sam could actually talk to me.
Whoa!
Oh, it burns so bad, just like my herpes.
Or the sun
Yeah.
during the sunocalypse.
Not your best one.
No.
I literally like the
Definitely the octa-apocalypse is the best.
the
The
new movie idea.
octa-apocalypse.
But let's just go back to that.
Dave, right now in the booth, I want you trademarking that because Sci-Fi Channel, obviously huge fans of the show, is going to be like,
The oldie
that's a
fans.
really great idea. We're going to steal that.
Right. But you know
Buy the
what's
website too.
The scary thing about octopus and squids?
Yeah.
is squids have that beak.
So do octopus, don't they?
Don't they? I'm not sure. I think they do.
I don't know.
But it's like, what?
Never
How did they
met
grow a
one.
beak?
And that is because
How many
I,
different animals underwater actually have like a hard beak, basically?
Go somewhere else for a second. I'm glad you swung it back around to beak. But here's the thing that I'm wondering is what kind of sick mood was whoever, the Lord or God or whatever you believe, the evolution
I personally
master.
believe whoever the Lord,
Well,
in the name of the Father, the Son, the whoever.
yes,
the Lord,
but then
amen.
we're gonna get email that there's evolution and whatever your imaginary friend doesn't exist. But what kind of mood was he in when he went, okay, let's put a creature in the deep sea and just to screw with them, we'll give him the defense mechanism of something that flies high above everyone.
Right.
A
Or
beak.
Or let's
Like-
let's have this deep creep animal and no one's gonna see. You know, there's stories and stories about this.
Oh,
just
yeah.
taking up these ships, but we're not gonna let anyone see it.
Never
for like
see it.
200
Unless
years.
they're dead. And then we'll just make them little ones. We'll just have them a giant
They've
squid wash
discovered
up.
the giant squid.
What?
They've discovered a giant squid.
Right, I know. But
Oh, like right.
until then, the only
Yeah,
ones
they
they
only
found,
saw
they
the
were
little
kind of like
ones.
medium-sized
Right.
squid.
You're just like,
You know?
okay.
You're like, when I think giant squid, I'm thinking,
I mean, they're like 60 feet
yeah.
with their tentacles. I mean, longer maybe even with some of the long tentacles. 'cause they
Right,
have
and then you
different
get
sized
like an
tentacles.
18-footer, which is, that's big. I wouldn't want to come across
Right.
one.
Right.
But it's not
That's just the Chernobyl.
giant. Chernobyl.
We're already on it, I think.
Oh, we
Right
already
there.
did it. Well, wouldn't that be more lap band?
You
Nuclear.
know what? I would say it's
Nuclear
like
attack. Chernobyl would be,
Ooh,
what's Chernobyl?
well played. Right on the line. What one didn't we get? The ragweed. Oh, Okay, we got two left.
I think that one's the most scary to me.
Alien?
Alien and Zombie.
Have you seen Independence Day? Not the second one. Oh man.
I often.
That was awful.
I will have dreams sometimes where I'm like back at my parents' house, like we're in the woods, and it's like, oh my gosh, here come all the planes, and here it comes, and you're just like running and trying to.
I've
save
had
yourself.
many dreams about being at your parents' house too, and it's like. me
I've
and your
already had to
mom
block
are,
you.
like, me and your mom are like we're reluctant because you and I are friends, but can somebody cut this off? Come on!
No.
Just stop talking.
It's the most you've said all night. I'm gonna let you go.
No, he was saying other stuff earlier, and I had to cut him off. 'Cause it was weird.
Okay.
It was weird again.
Yeah, it's like you're hit. It's like hit on Sam night for you or something.
I wasn't hitting on her. I was hitting
Inappropriately.
on her mom in that last scenario.
Oh, because that would have been awkward, like that moment just now. So aliens, right? ID4. What's another good? Invaders from Mars.
We don't need the movies. We just have our minds.
Body
Do you guys
snatchers.
believe in aliens?
Of course.
I mean, obviously.
Have you been watching the show for the last 5 years?
Yeah, but I'm the only one who's made clear my belief.
I haven't been watching it for that.
I actually
I don't know,
probably
man.
haven't.
God, I thought you were gonna I was so hoping you were gonna say, yeah, but I'm the only one that's been abducted by an alien. Because then I'd have been like,
Tell me about it.
and Jay, you would do the same thing, wouldn't you?
No, I'd be like this.
I wish I would have thought of that. I haven't had enough booze, I guess.
Well,
There you go. Backwater is an apocalypse.
Yeah.
have you been abducted by aliens?
No. I am.
I
the
am an
end ti-
alien.
I am the end times right here.
What do you guys think about that whole thing of like, oh yeah, there's actually this species of lizards that are just living among us, and they're the part of the
Lizard-
Illuminati.
I've seen they live.
Illuminati.
I've seen they live, and all I gotta say is I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and it looks like we're all out of bubble gum. Lastly,
Incredible.
we have the ragweed apocalypse. This
Everyone
was what
just dies
again?
sneezing.
No,
No more
you had a like real word for it. What was it?
I didn't.
Or what did you call it?
Plague.
Me? I don't
bot-
know.
The
Yeah.
botanical, where all the plants
Microorganism?
die.
You know what? You know who'd be a good person to ask is our person who knows the most about how plants grow.
Oh, who would that be?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay, Jesus. Or W.
Ah.
I'm sorry, filling in for Jesus today. No, I'm not.
Oh, wow. Somebody thinks highly of themselves, huh? No, what?
Yep.
No, what?
Nope.
That
What
last
happened?
one is blight.
Blight. How do you
Blight.
spell
Talk
that?
to us about blight.
Is that the B?
Long enough for me to have
L I T H E
this
word?
mint I'm not allowed to have.
BLIGHT. The mint controversy, which our viewers will be familiar with because they've been listening to the program, is when you guys do this, that's all you hear. You hear this giant, like, it feels like you're in a gravel machine.
That's what blight means?
No, that explains.
That
actually
was
just the
far too
storm.
boring. Let's move on to blight.
Okay. Do you remember the movie Interstellar? Matthew McConaughey goes on a big trip.
No. No.
Won't need
All right.
that.
You know why I didn't see that? Because it looks sad.
Okay. The apocalypse that triggered that event.
Yeah, that's the one with the daughter, right? He's got the daughter, and he goes up into the space,
Well, he gets caught in the
and then he
gravity
get,
well or
and then
something.
like it was like, I could tell that he doesn't make it back because it was all like, I will be back to save you, and I will drive my Lincoln. All right, all right, all right. Oh yeah. That's, okay, so sorry, you were saying?
I'll be back.
Should I talk about
Are you
soil?
gonna finish this or what?
Oh no, blight. It's when
Are you trying to be polite?
Are you?
no plants can grow anymore that people can eat. So like, what happens if corn? What happens if corn
We
catches
st-
a disease?
We still
Well,
have.
it's fine because like we have a bunch of different types of corn, right, Dave?
We still.
Isn't there, Dave?
We still have. We still have.
You want some pizza?
Cows.
True.
So vegetarians would become meat eaters.
Yeah, that's true. It's only an apocalypse for the vegetarians.
Yes,
Okay.
but meatitarians will be
Touche.
fine.
Should I talk about soil? It's your show.
I guess. It is on the list, so.
All right.
Again,
Iridisols. We haven't talked about iridisols.
we have talked about
They
them.
all end in SOL, okay?
They do?
And you know why? It's because the sun powers them.
No, because
Soul.
we're S out of luck.
Or Dave can't doesn't
So-
know
Not why.
doesn't know how to spell soil.
Just for 60 seconds.
You
the
are a
soil
bad
minute.
Okay,
Speller.
soil minute, hurry up.
Okay, iridisols.
We're about 7 minutes into it, but go ahead.
Iridisols
Are they arid?
are from the Latin aridus, meaning dry. Iridisols, dry soils. These soils are dry most of the year.
So like opposite of what my pits are right now.
It's
Okay.
high calcium carbonate content,
Same.
Yep.
right? They cover about 12% of the earth, and that number is actually growing.
Also, one
Look,
Bamba.
I know Jay thinks I'm fat, but 12% of the earth, really?
Oh, 12% of the ice-free land surfaces.
Oh, is that what we're calling me now?
Yeah. It relates to the apocalypse. We're getting more and more deserty lands. There tend to be in the southwest United States. We do not have any in Minnesota. No iridisols in Minnesota.
What's the point of going over it then?
We cannot grow crops on them unless they're irrigated. What they tend to be used for is
Or irritated.
range for
Potatoes?
livestock, wildlife,
Why
and
do
recreation.
okay, so like I watch these cowboy movies and I'm like, okay, there's all these cattle and it's like there's horses. I'm like, what are they eating? They're in the desert. What are they eating?
Poo.
They're
They
supposed to
eat
be
their
eating the
poo.
grass.
But it's arid soil,
Okay.
so can they really grow the grass?
So at the time of the West, like those Western things, a little bit of history lessons, back in the 1860s, it didn't look like it did now.
Weren't they shouting they-
During the Great Depression, when the whole country just got hammered by drought and stuff, the Southwest did not recover. The Southwest used to have more grasses, all right?
Really?
But they were overgrazed. Just like in the Midwest.
Then they legalized it and it was all gone. Which is a perfect example why we shouldn't do it here, because we like cows.
It's just an example as the Yankees moved west, they kept their same farming
They've
practices.
always been in New
I mean,
York.
that's kind of offensive to me.
West from where? New England?
Damn Yankees. the
They've always been
supergroup
in
So,
with-
New
as
York,
the colonists
which is about as far east as we can get. Am
moved
I
west,
wrong?
They brought cows.
You're not listening to me.
I'm not listening.
The Yankees
I'm not listening
have
to any.
always been in New York.
The baseball team.
No, you said. What else would we be talking about?
Damn
I don't know.
Yankees, the supergroup with Ted Nugent.
Oh!
and David
Okay,
Coverdale.
so when they went on tour and
No,
went
no,
west,
not
what happened?
John Waite.
The Yankees do play on an entisol,
Oh,
but that's going to be in a couple months. We'll talk about that
Oh, I can't wait. Why
Is
not do it now?
anti-sol?
because I don't know what ent means
Oh.
in Latin.
And they're little tiny insects that can carry 100 times their weight.
So, did I answer your question about why are there always?
Yeah. Thank
And-
you.
Yeah, it's because there used to be grasses, but the cattle all grazed it away.
But
how
why
come it
in
hasn't
the?
recovered?
Hmm?
How come it hasn't recovered?
There's not a lot of water. In
I protest though, because
Really?
in some of those Western movies, they show like tumbleweeds and stuff, and there's no vegetation.
Well, because the movies were made in the 1860s.
And a lot of the spaghetti westerns were made in Italy.
Well played, Sam.
Spaghetti
well
westerns?
played.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood. All those movies, like The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, they were
They call them
Italy?
that because they were
Yeah.
Italian directors that directed them.
in Italy.
Where in Italy?
Yeah,
Where?
in the deserts of Italy.
There's deserts in Italy?
Apparently, you saw the movies.
It's the soil.
Well, thank
I'm
you,
actually
W.
going
That
to
was
Italy.
highly informative.
Yes, we do.
I'm looking forward to the game.
We
I've already given him the 5 minutes.
The Game of Thrones?
what? Remind me again what the game was, because that was like 5 subjects ago.
There's a game.
Okay,
Okay.
you guys are challenged. You're gonna spin the
Oh,
wheel.
oh, we are challenged.
You're gonna spin the wheel, and a little bit of on-air production meeting here. You're gonna spin the wheel,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna announce to the world, like you guys were this team of scientists who discovered this impending apocalyptic doom.
And how we're gonna solve it.
I'll see if Backwater's still here.
All right. Bring Backwater back, because, again, he's the brains of the operation, so. All right, well,
I didn't
while we're
realize
waiting
that
for
was a game.
Backwater. What?
Backwater's out of his car eating pizza.
What do you know?
He literally,
He's
Oh.
literally outside. I think
The-
you two.
the
I think
pizza,
he's
Oh,
losing
here
it.
he comes.
the pizza isn't here?
No, he.
You
he-
could have brought the pizza in for the rest of us,
Well, there's one piece of pizza left. I brought in pizza to the booth because I know that the people in the booth are going to save me in the apocalypse. You guys are dead weight.
Okay. Well, speaking of dead weight and apocalypse, why don't you spin the wheel? See what I did there? Oh,
I'm
we're
not
gonna.
No, I
reaching over
didn't.
to spin.
Okay. All right.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. So this is gonna be the speed round. Jay,
no
here's the deal.
mas.
Whatever it lands on, we have to quickly tell who discovered it and how we're gonna solve it.
Okay. Michael Osterholm.
And
We're going to solve it by killing anybody with the disease.
Meh. No one discovered. No one really cared. We're gonna
Hi.
solve it by continuing to not care.
nice. Lap band surgery. I discovered it, Dr. Anderson, because I felt like I was gaining weight. How I'm gonna solve it is this. It really doesn't need to be solved. How I'm gonna solve it is charge individuals hundreds of thousands of dollars to have the
No,
surgery
this
that
is
I
the better
did.
way. This is the better
Okay.
way.
Yes.
It'll be based on how much you make, how much you weigh. Change the
Ooh.
world.
Ooh, I like this.
Are you speaking of what you're watching Black Mirror? Do you have Netflix? Black Mirror. Check it out.
And
I've heard about it.
Racist.
No. No.
All right, the sun.
Son?
We need to blow up the sun. Spin.
Perfect.
Interesting idea.
Sam? Ragweed?
I think it's a zombie.
That's low ball. Low ball. Or low hanging fruit there.
We're gonna go to Mars and discover a new life form. We're gonna bring that life form here.
that would be the Martians.
No. Plant life.
This life.
No, we're gonna find. No, the life form is actually a bacteria that is able to kill the bacteria that is killing the plants, and blight will be no more.
Okay. I discovered we're being attacked by octopus. How we're gonna solve it? Easy. They all have beaks. Giant beaks. They shouldn't have beaks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna catch one, each of them, even though I think they're the smartest creatures on earth, aren't they?
They might.
We're
be.
gonna outsmart them, and we're gonna debeak them.
We're gonna make puppet beaks. You can get after. 'em.
Soft beaks, so they become loving pets.
With your socks.
Because you've seen Finding Dory, right? They can go in anywhere, like coffee pots.
Yeah. They just,
Yep.
That was
just
one of the best characters in that movie.
Favorite
Wasn't it?
one, yeah.
It was so good.
And it made
And
me
like-
go, I want one.
How cute! Oh, seashells, like from the first one, and then it being in the second one.
Right?
I know. You seen it yet?
No.
Aw. No wonder you're so heartless.
Okay, well,
Dory, stay lost. That's what I got to say.
we did that.
I-
Son.
Mac, you confirm.
Didn't
Oh,
I
we
say
blew up the sun.
blow up the
Man.
sun?
I was
Zombie! Zombie, zombie, zombie!
Zombie.
Who discovered it? How are we gonna do
Here's
it?
what we do. We all have big boom
all take
boxes
bath
and we
salts.
play the cranberry song. Zombie, zombie, zombie.
And on that remark, we're gonna go ahead and end the story. I swear to God, you walk in front of the camera, I will rip your lip. Okay.
Rip your heartbeat.
Those of you at home, that was not a solar apocalypse. That was Tim walking in front of the camera. So,
He's actually.
for closing words.
That was good.
Hug your daughters and sons because they're gonna die.
Samurai?
Should dim down the lights.
I think it's just everyone just needs to live more in the moment and just be happy and love everyone and not hate. And just think about the things that really matter to you and like does it really matter that that person's gay to you? No. Like who cares? Does it really matter about race? Like just love everyone.
Fantastic. Peace, love, and hair grease. Until next time, if you're caught in the apocalypse, just remember one thing. Find a kid, give him a sheriff's hat, and call him Coral. Because no matter what, at the end of the day, if you've got Coral, everything's fine. Till next time.